Hello.
Hello, hello. My camera has decided not to work at the last minute. But
I
anyway,
was just gonna say this
yeah,
dark
it's
screen is John, as you can hear, and me, as usual. You can see me beautifully in my camera. But anyway, they have already started, and Djokovic is 30 love up. This is, of course, the last match of today on center court at Wimbledon. Last fourth round in the men's event as well, and we almost have the entire lineup for the quarterfinals by now.
they should get this done, right? 3 hours,
Before the
45 minutes.
curfew,
Yeah.
hopefully. I mean, the history of their matchup kind of tells us it will probably be a long match.
How long was Fritz, in terms of time, how long was Fritz against
Eh,
Zverev?
I didn't look at it, but it wasn't that long, right? I mean, the games were so quick. It's also indoors, which helps. I think
Yeah.
Fritz Zverev would have been a considerably longer match if it wasn't held indoors, and it's probably going to be the case for this one as well. It might put a bit more pressure on
And
Holger to
Djokovic.
serve well, and yeah.
Djokovic has started lightning quick as well with the game to love.
Yeah, 1 minute on the clock. It might be just more games like that because it's indoors. Yeah, I don't know if it actually favors Novak. Probably slightly, yes, but it's not like Holger cannot keep up with him indoors. I mean, he's already beaten him in Bercy. He almost beat him in Bercy again. Almost beat him at the ATP finals on that super rapid court. So we do have significant sample size, I think, on this matchup, and it's always been a battle.
Djokovic hasn't lost at this stage of the Wimbledon tournament since 2006. That's 16 matches in a row.
Well, I mean, sometimes he doesn't get that far, right?
I mean, I was there when he lost to Query in 2016.
16, yeah.
Court
Is
one
that the
that
only
finished.
one though? Is that the only one though? Maybe it is.
That was on court. That finished on court one. I don't know if it started on court one, but it certainly finished on court one.
It started on court one as well, but it was the older court one without the roof yet.
Yeah.
So that's why they couldn't finish it on the first day, because it was dark.
Yeah.
Polish TV didn't even show the fourth set, the resumption of the match. I remember having to like scramble for a stream. Back then, my prowess of finding tennis streams wasn't yet there, and I was having a real hard time watching the fourth set of that match.
We've had 6 points so far, and they've all gone the way of Novak, including a sweet winner there off the forehand side. Krejcikov has won the first set over Daniel Collins.
Ooh. It's pretty interesting as well. We have like continuous at least 8 sets on center court today, with one player having that same knee brace with Zverev, of course, earlier. And well, we'll see how Djokovic's movement
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
Zverev kinda lost it because he was injured. I mean, kinda. It's a similar story maybe to Medvedev Sinner. I remember I think I heard you talking about that match actually a few days ago on the channel, and you were kind of like, so if Medvedev was fitter, he probably wins that or something like that. Which maybe, but I think the match in itself would have been very different if he wasn't so depleted and sort of didn't come out playing this aggressively. And it's kind of similar with Fritz Zverev today. Like if he wasn't so aggressive, maybe if he wasn't injured, if he probably wouldn't have been so aggressive, and maybe he doesn't even go to sets to love up. Who knows? Someone who can go 2 games to love up is Novak Djokovic, as Rune double faulted. And we have 8 points in a row going Djokovic's way, with a pretty nice second serve return getting the error. Very slow start for Rune, of course, but it's just the very beginning of the match. But sometimes on grass, especially, that first break early can already mean you're a set down. Holger has already been a set down twice in this event. It was even 2 sets down. Djokovic has also lost sets.
I haven't seen Moratoglu there, but I'm guessing he is.
My goal is to help you surpass whom? Who the hell is that? Eva Zubek. I don't
Never
know who
heard
that
of them.
is.
Hi, Nerland.
Yeah, me neither. I think John can show you a very good Polish streamer. He likes him a lot. So if you want some content to watch, then John can direct you to a certain person. Very
Yeah, I can.
sort
Just
of
give me that.
multi-dimensional and very versatile streamer.
Yeah, he streams about everything. And this is his page. Look, I can see Magdalenette there. I can see Germany, Spain. I can see Portugal, France, and I can see something else which I have no idea what it's about. But that's the randomness of this guy. He does skiing and jumping and tennis and football and computer games like gaming stuff. Rune has
I
not
think
won a point yet.
yeah, it's 11 by now. I think there's even a term like in internet theory. There's a term like variety streamer, which kind of
Okay.
means like that yeah, you just kind of stream everything. So yeah, the guy fits the moniker very well. And indeed, Holger Rune has just lost 11 points, given it's 40-11 on the Djokovic serve. Might be 12, and the next game will kind of be crucial to finally help him get
Point.
into the match, get into the set. Against Alice, he was almost bageled, right? In the opener, there were set points for the Frenchman to do it, 6-love. So it's not the first time this is happening to Rune this event.
Wow,
But
12
certainly,
points.
oh yeah, certainly Alice is not Djokovic in a way, but well, maybe he is also similarly dangerous. Sworna there with a Frank Linet Świątek. In what sense? Watchability? No. Power rankings? No. Popularity? No.
Well, I don't know. The life has been sucked out of this match so far in terms of I thought it was going to be potentially very
Goat
competitive. Of
status,
course,
okay.
it still can.
Fair. Magda Frank is the GOAT. I think everyone has breasts, Ghosty. I mean, well, maybe not everyone. People after surgery don't, but for once, I do have breasts. So I think the streamer that John has in his mind also has breasts, and I think his might be a little bigger than mine. But yeah, also Ostapenko will win the title. Bold prediction there from Sworna. Well, I think there was an I think, so there is some hedging. She could. I mean, she's really firing on all cylinders. You rarely see her discomposed for 4 matches in a row. It actually happened to her in Wimbledon. At Wimbledon, I think in the past, in 2018, she was kind of just like ripping through the draw, and then she only won 6 games against Angelique Kerber. But is there an Angelique Kerber to stop her here? I don't know. She has a pretty poor matchup with Rybakina.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Holger Rune has won a point.
Yeah, unreturned serve gets himself going. We'll see. Yeah, I think Ostapenko has a pretty poor matchup with Rybakina, so that's going to be something to monitor maybe if they play just one win each from that semi-final encounter by now.
If Rybakina stays healthy, it's hers to lose.
I wouldn't go that far, but she is the favorite. I mean, hers to lose maybe is a little much to me, I think, especially in the best of 3 format.
That Rune streak is over.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy way to win his second point of the match, but he doesn't make that lob, I think, yeah. Would have been a very flashy way of continuing the patch. But yeah, games are a bit more important than points, and what's even more important than games is sets, and what's even more important than sets is matches won. Yesterday was a beautiful final in where was that? I can't remember the Spanish city, but Gakov played Damas, and Damas won 6-love, 6-7, 6-love. Well, I guess it doesn't really fit what I was trying to say because Gakov still lost the match, but I mean he won 7 games to 18, and it was still 2-1. So Maybe Rune can pull off something similar in this first set and kind of just still be, of course, behind on total points won, but actually get back to level terms. We'll see. So far, 40-15, so seems like he might be getting there. And that's a great way to win.
No Moratoglu, it would seem.
Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't seen him in the previous matches either. There's these two guys, which I think one of them is Kenneth Carlsen, the former best Dane in history, and I'm not sure who the other guy is. And I don't think Muratoglu has been around.
The guy with a cap is his sort of data guy. I see him. He works for the sort of Moratoglu Academy. The one with the cap on the right.
Yeah, the data. Yeah, Mike James. Yeah, I know.
Mike James. Yeah.
And I think next to him is Kenneth Carlsen, I think, and there's a third guy who I don't know. But yeah, Mike James, I mean, he has been traveling with Holger for years. I was kind of just thinking about the two other guys because he's so, like, Mike James is just in that box all the time. And I'm just so
he's
used
there
to
more.
it that I omitted him because, yeah, it's obvious he's going to be there.
He's the
He was there with Christensen, he was there with the mom, he was there with Muratoglu, right? So.
Think we're going to get 30 love here? Not necessarily. Yes, necessarily. So at least this stat still remains. I don't think Rune has won a point on Djokovic's serve thus far.
.9 forehand quality is terrible. Whose is that? And also 7.9, that doesn't sound terrible. That's around the tour average, right?
Hey, Rune's got a point on the Djokovic serve.
Is Lulu's son gonna start from majors in the next tournament? Does she have to play the qualies again? I don't know what her scheduling is, Nurlan, but if she's gonna be in the top 50, then there's only a fair few events on the WTA tour that she would have to play qualies at, like Stuttgart and the very stacked 500s, which almost all of them are because of the rules that the WTA has proposed by now. But well, I mean, only for a couple of weeks if she wants to play something directly after Wimbledon, but I'm assuming she might take a bit of a break.
For one.
Yes, indeed. So far, we have everything decided by that early break. Will be tougher to get it back given the indoor conditions. You need Collins to do a Taylor Fritz impersonation.
I barely remember the roof being open at Wimbledon this year.
Well, I mean, it's just the last few days that we haven't had it really, but the first few were okay, right? The first 4 days, we barely had any rain. There were some like intermittent delays maybe, but in general, like we didn't have any rain for the first 4 days, which is the best option really for the event. Because that's when they get the first 2 rounds of the singles done, and after that, it's just who cares. Of course, there are still many other different competitions, but well,
she gives up a set and a break.
Okay, Krejcikova would play Ostapenko, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Krejcikova is just doing a Kudermetova, you know, what we were expecting from Veronika Kudermetova. It's what Barbora Krejcikova is doing. Winning that first round match, which was a horrible mess, but then actually finding some game back and coming through a section where the seeds were pretty vulnerable. I mean, Daniel Collins maybe didn't turn out that vulnerable, but Marketa Vondroušová certainly was. Looks like Rune is getting a few more unreturned serves in by now too. Just that first game that he ruined his chances. Oh,
Gavin Mayer said he was talking to Lulu's son's brother earlier, which is a big thing.
I almost made a horrible joke about Lulu San's brother's name, but I couldn't find a synonym for Lulu.
The way Novak is serving, this set feels done already.
It kind of does. But there's just 2 more games if Holger can actually start holding as well. But who knows? Certainly, the break advantage will mean more here, given the conditions. Fritz Zverev, the entire match. How many breaks did we have? 3? I guess 3.
Well, a lot of people going a bit crazy on the possibility of Krejcikova winning Wimbledon.
I mean, she's still in the event, so she obviously has a chance.
But
would I put her in the top 5 contenders? Probably not.
I guess she'd be below Navarro.
Oh, definitely, I think, yeah. She'd be above Navarro. She'd be below Navarro, below Paolini, probably even.
Below
But probably
Paolini?
above
Not
Vekic
sure.
and Son. I mean, given the draw. She has to beat Ostapenko and Rybakina likely to get to the final and then also win the final. I think sometimes we give these players a lot of credit. And sure, Barbora Krejcikova is a great tennis player, of course. Phenomenal in doubles, a legend there. But she's kind of a one-time wonder, a one-hit wonder in singles. And I don't know if we can just, instantly assume that, she's definitely going to have that quality to do it again. It's like similarly to Sofia Kenin or something like that, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that she might be changing that narrative. I mean, even if you get to a final, does that change the narrative? Oh, Holger. Does that change the narrative?
If it's spaced out, I think it
By the
changes
way,
it more.
I was thinking about this with Ostapenko earlier. Has a multiple slam winner. I wonder what the longest distance is between the first and second slam for a multiple slam winner. So if she wins Wimbledon, for example, it'll be over 7 years since her first one. And I wonder if someone who's won 2 slams or more has ever done that.
Mary Pierce had 5.
And her first and second?
5 Australia and 2000 French Open.
Oh, okay, 5 years, yeah.
Kuznetsova had 5 as well, 2004 US Open and 2009 French, or the other way around. Anyway, never mind. Definitely 5. Who else did we have? Kvitova had only 3.
So 5 could be the limit in the Open era?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. Definitely no like earlier, right? Because if we had like even like Gulagong or Tracy Austin, they were still winning in like close succession. And of course, for like Evert, Navratilova, King, Cord, Graf, Selesh, and etc., like they never would have allowed it to go 7 years. So I think on the women's that might be it. I mean, Sharapova only had 3. Who else even won multiple titles? I mean, Hingis definitely not. Obviously, she won one almost right after. I think Pierce and I think Pierce and who else did I say had 5? Kuznetsova. Yeah, I think they might be the ones with 5 years.
Rune was held, having to save a break point. By the way, Nerland, this is the second time I'm going to mention this today. I mentioned you earlier. I'm actually drinking sparkling water on a summer's day, albeit I wouldn't call it a particularly warm or sunny one. But you just said in the chat the other day, is there anything better than having a sparkling water on a summer's day? And I've got 50% of that on the go anyway, Nerland.
I am watching you eating watermelon at the same time. I actually ate some watermelon like a week ago. It's in the shop in like
I still prefer the other melon, the sort of sunny yellow one.
I don't.
Ooh.
It's like tougher to get through, maybe. But
I don't like the pips. Don't like the pips. That annoys me.
It used to, but it doesn't right now. I bought some berries though from the same section when I was in the shop. It was right next to the watermelon. It was a great bargain actually. 2 packages for one. I mean, 2 packages for the price of one, basically. So. Yeah, thankfully not a nasty sleep. Not a nasty sleep there, thankfully. And
yeah,
indeed, Water's turn.
So this is the most competitive it feels like he's been on the Djokovic serve, 15 all.
It's the first point he wins, yeah.
Has he not won a point at all? Yeah, maybe not.
Or was it the previous game? No, I don't.
Did
I
he get to
don't know.
40-15 maybe? But it was just the
Maybe,
fact. It's just the fact he's at 15 all rather than 40-15.
yeah, maybe at 40 love he got a point or something, but still, it takes a lot more returns in play to potentially get to Djokovic here. We'll see if he can manage that. A 2-set to love lead, like against others, is something he cannot afford. That's for sure. But a set down, not the end of the world. It's just how quickly this has been progressing that might be the biggest worry for him. Next up for either of these guys, of course, Alex de Minaur.
If he's
Djokovic should
healthy,
be
which
pretty
way?
happy about that. Yeah. I mean, that could be a concern, yeah. Someone was saying in my comments that like de Minaur looked like he knew that his event was done or something like that. I mean, to me, I think he probably just looked worried. You know, he didn't know what to do, what's
He
going
was
on really.
shaking his head. I think that was the biggest concern. I would say that when it happened, I was a bit concerned. I became more concerned in the 60 seconds that followed when he's sitting down looking towards, his box. It was almost like he's shaking his head like he was halfway through the match and saying he's probably about to retire. However, I
Petra
would say
Martic did something like that when she was playing Świątek, and she kind of was about to retire at the time.
his on-court interview, I would say, was a bit more optimistic, which suggested that
he's not a doctor, right? I mean, he's gonna get off the court, he's gonna get to the physio and see what's happening himself. And at the moment, himself, like when it happened, he himself did not know how serious it was. Hopefully, it's not too serious. I mean, we would like to get a quarterfinal, and we would like to get a chance for Alex de Minaur to progress into the semis for the first time in his career, which
okay,
seems
love
very
30.
realistic.
Daniel Collins is getting some medical attention.
Okay, I was pretty surprised for a second because on my screen it was 5-2. Ay. On her birthday, whose birthday is it today? Collins. Okay. Patchy Pericard as well had his birthday today. Top 5 fruits. Wow. Now that's a question.
Mango, strawberry.
I can get behind mango. I can get behind strawberries as well. Maybe pineapple. Pear, just like to go classic, maybe.
If tennis players were fruits, Benoit Paire.
Yeah.
List ends.
But bananas are fine too, I think. Very nutritious.
The only problem with mango is just the whole cutting it up stuff. And it's just a mess.
I mean, I like mango things. Like if there's like ice cream mango, and stuff like the other one, mango ice cream, mango whatever, then I like it. But if I have to buy it and do it by myself, then then that's a bit much.
Oh, Holger, that forehand.
Coconut, says Gavin, but again, that's kind of similar to mango, right? Like
I would put papaya in my top 5. I would put papaya in my top 5, and I would not call it overrated. I don't think people talk about papaya enough.
To be honest with you, like papaya, dragon fruit, like all star fruit, all these things taste the same to me. Like I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them. I don't eat them that much, so maybe that's why. But yeah, coconut kind of falls in the same category as mango to me, where like things that taste like it are very good, but to actually get one myself and sort of do the work, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Definitely not. So yeah, that's the fruit section of Talking Tennis today. Talking fruit.
Talking fruit, new channel.
Yesterday we will be back with Talking Vegetables.
Did we talk vegetables yesterday?
Oh, I wanted to say tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And I said yesterday we will be back. Yeah, I wanted to say tomorrow. Anyway, 30-15, Rune. I didn't see that forehand you mentioned. Maybe good for me.
Yeah, it was a very doable forehand, but she just sprayed wide. Anyway, no harm done really. If at least for now, because he's at 40-15.
Yeah, key game will be next one anyway.
Pistachio as a fruit?
Nah, I mean nuts are not fruits.
So Holger does indeed hold to 15. So over to you, Novak. And they are racing through this set, almost at Ostapenko
Yeah,
level.
this is a very indoorish match so far. Of course, there was one horrible attempt to hold serve, but like otherwise, it's just so many quick +1 points and nothing else happening really, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, the Djokovic Rune matchup has so much potential, and especially when Holger can like kind of counter punch against him a bit more, and he's probably one of the few players who can wait around Novak like this. But like today so far, it's just not an option for him. It's all about the serves, and he was the one who had a horrible hold attempt. Well, had a horrible game on serve very early in the match.
Gavin Sources. Well, she's retaken the court, Collins, but she's lost the next point and is about to go double breakdown if she doesn't change this course pretty quickly. And a set and a double break and a potential injury. And it's, yeah.
I agree, Matthew. I absolutely agree with you. But so far, it's just not a thing, right, in this match because he's not stretched to his forehand whatsoever. I mean, he's literally just blasting serves and hitting big forehands, and that's all he needs so far. So if there is an issue like this, and I agree with you that there might be, so far Rune isn't doing much to capitalize on that. I mean, not really his fault for the most part. And well, if Rune is hoping to like kind of outlast Djokovic as well today, which might be a thing, like it might be an actual potential way to win, then this 30-minute set will probably not help him out. 30 love Djokovic did hit this horrible forehand though, like completely messed up with his positioning and everything, but we'll see if it actually ends up being something. It's a great return from Rune again. Surviving in the points so far. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, I mean it was pretty low over than I mean it was pretty like, you know, below than tape by the time Holger reached to it. I guess it wasn't easy to pass, but yeah. Kind of fortunate maybe to stay in the point. The Novak approach shot was really nice. Like it was just kind of short as well. Holger had to leave the ball. Then of course the Djokovic smash was okay-ish only, and he almost fell in trouble.
It was a Joker smash.
I mean,
It
wasn't
landed
that,
in.
but
It landed in.
it was hit clean. It was hit where he wanted it to be hit.
Not
It
with much
was
bend.
Yeah, but it wasn't down. It wasn't down the middle. You know, it actually had an angle on it. I think it was fine. Okay, it was okay, but of course he almost lost the
Ace.
point.
And
But
he
yeah,
sealed the bet.
6-3, just really good on serve so far in the indoor conditions, and that's kind of been it. The one break that Holger lost at the very beginning of the match decided the set, and just 29 minutes, which I think is a big win for Novak here. The fact that he was able to do this without literally like any energy lost.
Yeah.
This
And
time
it's
Holger's
good
turn.
news for those wanting to beat the curfew, because possibly even if this does go 5, we might still beat the 11
Yeah,
p.m. curfew.
I think the curfew is safe by now, possibly.
You sort of probably need 5 lengthy-ish sets, like 45 minutes each. What we're looking at, 45 minutes per set. That'll be an hour and a half, 2 hours 15.
You've got
3
3
hours.
hours 20, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Probably will be. By the way, I think we have the No, that's not it. Oh no. Okay, never mind.
Order of play?
I think there should be a list for Porto today. That's what I was trying to say,
Ah,
but I don't
okay.
think it's here. Yeah.
I would love
Yeah,
Liam
I don't
Brody.
think we.
I'd love Liam Brody to be there, but I don't know if he will be.
I don't know what he's playing after Wimbledon. Actually, how is he? How is he scheduling himself?
I mean, unless he's not doing doubles at the Olympics, as he's not in the Olympic team, so
Yeah.
you'd think he'd be building up somehow. But I reckon he'd probably go out to the US actually, and there's probably some challenges in the US. Or
Yeah,
I know
yeah. As usual,
he played
he's in the US. Yeah.
he played
He
Washington
actually
last
withdrew
year. I
from
know.
Granby. Yeah,
Okay,
he withdrew from Granby next week, but then he's gonna play Atlanta probably because he's fifth on the alternate list for the qualies, and then there's also Washington chance. So yeah, I mean, clearly, I don't think he's gonna be in Porto. Gareth Bale in the stands.
oh, he's been
I hope
playing some
that Holger
tennis as well.
doesn't
I thought you were going to say
bail
he's
on
going to
the
be in
match.
Porto because he plays tennis.
Gareth Bale is gonna be in Porto playing the Porto Challenge.
No, but he does play tennis, and I think it from looks of things to a very more than reasonable level. Maybe not quite
I
Diego
mean,
Forlan level.
Paolo Maldini, played the Challenger a couple of years back.
Did he?
Yeah, in doubles, he received the wild card, and they lost like 6-1, 6-1 or something like that.
Okay. Did he play with
Diego
somebody
Forlan,
good?
yeah. I would have to check. I think it was a total random. At least at the time, I didn't know who it was, but I will check because maybe over the years I've gathered some information on that person, and I just didn't know at the time. I don't know.
Novak
I will
chased
check.
that down and dealt with that very well.
That was, of course, a pretty big story back then. It actually might have been maybe it was one of the first Challenger matches that I've ever watched. It's possible. As I think that was in 2017. But maybe not the first, but one of them. Yeah, it was a totally random. Stefano Landonio, he was born in 1971, so he was 46 at the time, and his highest ranking ever is 1,534. So in doubles, in singles, he was never ranked. So yeah, it was a random, and they lost 6-1, 6-1 to Bednarek Pel. Diego Forlan, maybe he will make an appearance on the tour sometime soon. In the seniors, he seemed to be doing pretty well when I watched these clips. Anyway, Rune 40-15, really important first game on the board. Not not fall behind like he did in the opener.
That serve won't help. No, that first serve.
That's not on the board yet.
It's about 2 meters wide.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on the board yet. But I'm just kind of looking forward into the future, hoping for a competitive affair.
Wonder if I can turn my commentary off. That would be good. Can I do that?
Fair few forehand unforced errors here from Novak. Someone call up the RSPCA. I don't even know what the
RSPCA. I'm surprised he knows. So the RSPCA is Royal Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. It's a British organization, sort of charity that sort of deals with animals in
So
need.
like PETA or whatever, something like that.
He is basically Ghosty's sort of doing a pun here, of course, with the animal abuse.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. It's like Greenpeace, PETA, and these things. I don't know.
Yeah.
RSPCA, I probably haven't heard of it. Today, when I went for a run, there was someone who was trying to scout people for something, probably something like that. Maybe something with oceans because it was or like seas because it was by the sea. But I didn't decide to stop to sign a petition. Some smashes again, but again he's gonna win the point.
I'm in the middle of trying to turn my commentary off, but I don't know if I can.
Gets away with it. There was some distraught lady in the crowd. I'm not sure why. Maybe she saw the Djokovic smashes and she was screaming in horror. But he's won the point again, so who cares, really? It's kind of like, again, it's kind of like Fritz Zverev as well, in that, well, you gotta start moving Novak, but how do you do it when it's indoors and when you start all the points on return from behind, essentially? Rune has better tools to be able to do that than Taylor Fritz has, definitely. Turning around points, turning defense into offense, getting back into rallies. Definitely, it's more of a chance for him. And he's in this rally after a great return. He's gonna win it. And the footwork for Novak to the forehand corner looked horrible. I mean, the last one, I know he was wrong-footed there, but like just in general, he was kind of hobbling. I guess we'll find out soon if there's more points like this. We're gonna have a clearer idea on how that knee is actually behaving. But that was not a good movement, footwork cue, if you may. The serving cues are perfectly fine, though. Serving is perfectly okay. Maybe the roof does help Novak quite a lot, even more than you'd think initially. The rapid pace of that match so far. His spot serving has been really good again, just gets a point because the first serve is way too good.
Too good from Novak.
Yeah, that's 3 points in a row. Basically, the serve just does all the work.
Nerlan here with some eager nonsense.
What if Iga never wins again? Yeah.
What about if Nerlan? What about if Emma Raducanu doesn't win another slam? What's Nerlan gonna do?
And yeah, to respond to that question, yes, I would be shocked if Iga never won a slam until the end of her career. We can hear a lot of that, by the way. I don't know if you want us to or not.
Yeah, I've turned the commentary off. I've managed to turn the commentary off.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, commentary as in TV commentary, not everything else is there. Ooh, drop Shotovic.
Oh. Well, after you said it, I was expecting a better one, to be honest.
Oh, okay. No, it's not quite in the Joker smash category, but it was a thing about 3 or 4 years ago during that French Open run in 2020 where he was kind of doing it pretty well, and then in the final it just didn't work at all.
He for a long while, and actually still until today, like he only has one drop shot, right? He literally has that one single backhand drop shot down the line, and that's it. I think Radwanska also, for all her hand skills, used to play like this. Like literally, there was just one direction in which she would drop shot. But if you do it well enough, if you do it in a good moment, I mean, it's not like Djokovic hasn't won some matches. Well, maybe not because of it, but largely thanks to his drop shot as well. Not that big a deal if it's a bit predictable if you use it smartly.
Well, Nerlan, I think it's up to you to answer that question.
Yeah, it's the battle for Nurlan's heart.
Yeah. Who would you most rather share a watermelon with? Does Nurlan have a heart? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it.
It might be a very cold one or a dark heart, but like he probably has one. I mean, something has to be beating inside you in order to be alive.
Yeah.
So there are some feelings he has, towards Katie Volinets, especially that have to come from somewhere. Oh,
Oh,
I
Collins
hope.
has got one of the breaks back.
Okay.
So her physical ailments may be troubling her, but at least she's got a break back.
And that's the last match on court number 1, right? So we will have the entire women's quarterfinal lineup after that.
Yeah.
And after this match, we will have the entire men's quarterfinal lineup, be it Holger Rune or Novak Djokovic. Holger Rune actually made the quarterfinals at Wimbledon last year, but lost to Alcaraz in straight sets. This time he would have a slightly easier opponent, but then also no one he is guaranteed to beat.
Demon or Rune, I think will be fascinating.
Yeah.
What did he say to the umpire, Gavin? Something's being said that he said something to the umpire, but I don't know what it would have been about. Or
They did say some. They did exchange some words, but I'm not sure what. I'm watching on mute, so. Maybe there will be a game where Novak is not landing these first serves. And maybe Rune will also have his chances.
Block return. Ooh, Novak errs on the backhand side, and he just touches his stomach.
Okay, interesting. He's made quite a few of these errors switching down the line with the backhand, but I don't think either of them was, coincided with a stomach touch. That's probably the first one. It's not a routine.
Now that's a good drop shot. That is an excellent drop shot from Novak Djokovic. We've got 3 match points for Barbora Krejcikova.
The moment was just way too good. Like you'd never guess that he was gonna play a drop shot from that
No, it was
position.
quite a late one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he switched super late. It was all looking like a normal. He was also behind the baseline. It was all looking like a normal backhand down the line, or actually maybe even cross. Yeah, that was really nice. Holger pointing to his eyes for some reason.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, the angles here. Wow. And again, Novak just touching his stomach at the end of that rally.
Yeah,
I like this no commentary option.
something is bothering him. That's for sure. Doesn't seem knee related. It actually seems like more of a.
And I'm
I don't know.
surprised he didn't make that. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect him to win the point from there, but I did expect him to maintain the point a bit longer.
Yeah, it's a similar error to that 30 love point at 5-3. Like if he's overall unwell, then it can happen.
He's just touched his stomach again after that first serve, which is even earlier than you would imagine, Touch it at the end of a lengthy rally, sure.
Yeah, might be some sort of abdominal issue as
Abdominal
well.
thing, yeah.
Because that's where you stretch it a lot, right? When you're
Yeah,
smashing the
yeah.
serve. So, well, we'll see if it's just a minor issue
I
or
did
not.
feel during the first set that he was shortening the points a little bit, but I wasn't sure if that was a conditions thing or
No,
just how
I mean,
confident he was feeling.
he wasn't really shortening them, right? I mean, he was just like getting into these positions after the serve and taking advantage of them. I think it's more of an indoor thing.
30
We had a
all.
very rapid first set as a whole. The second is getting slightly more tense, slightly more action. But again, just like on the previous point,
Ooh,
good.
Rune nearly made that. And Krejcikova does indeed get over the line, so she will be Yelena Ostapenko's quarterfinal opponent.
Jabber is number 15 now. Jesus Christ.
15 in the rankings. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
bit of course, finalist to hear, yeah.
Harsh,
And
but
Djokovic holds
actually
the 2-all.
makes sense. She kind of has ghosty, actually. I don't know if about her family, but she kind of has started talking about like lack of motivation slash, chronic injuries.
She has been carrying a lot of niggles over the last 18 months, really.
What was it recently that she said that, she just has to live with the pain, that it's always going to be a problem? Was it the feet? No. Was it the knee? I don't remember. But yeah, definitely. She has not been too healthy.
I think we might get some medical attention from Novak. I mean, we're literally talking about every point now. Whatever happens in that point, there's a grimace and a pinch of the stomach, if you like.
Yeah. So far, I mean, hasn't been reflected
No, not in the
by the
format, yeah.
scoreboard. But yeah, it does look like he is unwell to an extent, especially now that we actually have gotten some rallies. Maybe it will be more
Yeah.
and more of a thing. And Rune definitely still needs to win the set because
Gavin said
otherwise
he's
he will be
calling
in
for a
trouble.
medical timeout, and Nerlan is also saying it's about the knee rather than
I
the
mean, the
stomach.
knee could be a thing as well. Like some of the
Of
footwork he's
course.
had really covering that forehand corner on the defense has been rough. Even here, you see the way that he got to the backhand and then to the forehand. Like, yeah, he's clearly not moving well. Plus, also he has that stomach thing, whatever it is. But he's still a setup.
Yeah. Yeah, you need probably need a break of serve here for Rune, and then you're sort of going, okay, things are getting very interesting. Do you think an umpire has ever tuned into our show at any point in the 18 months or 2 years of Talking Tennis's existence?
Tennis Empire, interesting. There's a couple Polish ones who follow me on Twitter, but I doubt they would actually tune into talking tennis in some way. Um, Probably not,
Djokovic is
I would
going off
say.
court, is he?
It could have happened at some point.
But he's jogging off court, so I don't think that can be the knee.
He is jogging, so I think it also is. Well, I'm not even sure. I mean, he's not going for a physio, right? He's going for a break. He's just running to the toilet, right?
I guess so.
Maybe he just wants to literally just poo. I don't know. He was grabbing his stomach. Like, yeah, he could be having some sort of a stomach
And
issue,
that's
right?
good news in a way. That's much better news than abdominal issues, put it that way.
Depends. I mean, yeah, it's better than the abdominal issues, but I've had some visits to the toilet that left me very depleted in my lifetime.
Well, we'll keep an eye on his energy levels when he comes back.
Maybe just because a hangover, the sort of the motif when you have a hangover and then you visit the toilet in the morning.
Okay. I
Well,
don't
it's
think
not the
Djokovic
morning.
drinks.
It's not the
Yeah, it's the
morning
evening.
actually. And
And
Djokovic
by the way,
probably
the umpire's
doesn't
called
drink.
time. And I don't think Novak's back yet, is he?
Yeah, but I think that's why he was jogging actually. That's because he doesn't want to take like a
Yeah, he doesn't want to take it.
MTO
Yeah,
slash
yeah.
proper break. Just yeah, I think he just wanted to do it at a changeover, whatever it was that he wanted to do.
His kids don't seem to be
Kind
too
of
interested.
brutal.
One of them was reading a book. He's in,
Well,
he's in a good mood anyway. maybe he's not in a good mood. He sort of
They're not
gesticulates
wasting
kind of
time.
like this.
They're not wasting their time, you know. The dad went to the toilet, so I'm gonna catch some reading in the meantime.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm gonna watch him again.
And
But
just put
yeah,
in a really
let's
good
see if
first serve.
the stomach shows up again, if he's gonna be touching it. And also, well, I mean, the footwork on in general is not gonna improve suddenly, I don't think. But oh, yeah, it's like a classic Rune forehand miss. There are some days when that happens 90% of the time, and then he's just losing 6-1, 6-1 to Fabian Marozsan or 6-love, 6-2 to Brandon Nakashima, which both happened in the past 9 months or so.
Two very, very, very good first serves there for Novak.
The second one was gettable.
Yeah, he went for the block return.
Yeah, Rune had it like in his strike zone, if you may. I mean, it's a block, so it's not a strike really, but you know what I mean.
Third first serve down the tee.
Yeah, I mean that one obviously was just much better
Is my
placed.
stream ahead of yours, Damien?
It is, yeah, it is. Somewhat considerably as well.
Oh wow, I didn't realize.
I realize it very well because I still hear, you know, the crowd and the whoever wins the
Maybe I
point
can
and
press
stuff.
pause. Yes, I can press pause. Amazon Prime, much better than.
Yeah, I mean, don't bother really. It's not a
I've
big
just
deal for
paused
me.
it for 5 or 10 seconds. Let's see where we're at now.
Really not a big deal for me. If you wanna go, you know, surf right away, that's absolutely fine. Usually I'm in the other position, so
Ooh, two volleys from Djokovic into the net. The second, which in particular was very makeable.
what was the first one? The previous point?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
I don't remember it now, but okay. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, this was tough but doable for sure. Pretty nice pass attempt from Holger still, from that sort of like very deep into his backhand corner open stance. For the love, it seemed like nothing can stop Djokovic in this game.
Yeah, a bunch of first serves, and they've gone awry now as well.
Now, maybe there is something that can stop Djokovic in this game.
Net cord there for Holger. But he's in trouble in this rally. And Djokovic holds.
Yeah.
Has Kai Kanepi retired? Does anyone know?
I just saw it too. I don't know. Haven't seen her in a while, right? Probably not this year, maybe even. Is that no? Actually, she played. Yeah, she played a few matches. She played Australian Open and French Open qualies and won ITF and Davis Cup. But that was that the Davis Cup where you were or not? Was Estonia there? Was
I was at
Macedonia
the
there?
Davis Cup. You mean Billie Jean King Cup?
Yeah. Yeah,
The
Beijing King Cup. Yeah.
Estonia were not in the finals, not to the best of my knowledge.
Croatia and Switzerland.
Yeah, that Switzerland were definitely there. Yeah, Switzerland were definitely there.
Didn't Switzerland play Poland?
Yeah, Poland was there too. Because Iga didn't go, did she? That was a bit of
No. What are you talking about?
2023 Seville
No, I'm
final.
talking about this year in Oeiras.
Oh, Werash.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Were Estonia there? Oh, maybe.
Croatia.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But she played a few matches there and
Portugal
hasn't
were
played
there.
since French Open qualies.
Netherlands was there. Denmark was there.
Yeah, I remember
here.
some because of Turkey, right, and stuff. But
Yeah, Turkey was there.
Zeynep Sonmez.
Oh wow,
Jelena
that's landed in.
Ostapenko.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think.
Did he have to go for that backhand down the line there in the end?
Oh look, there's Gareth Bale. So what's Bale in Djokovic's box? I don't know. I think he might be.
I still haven't noticed him, so I'm not sure. But if he's in anyone's box, it's probably Novak's
Novak.
than Holger's. In Holger's, you might get like Simon Kier or I don't know, someone. Jon Dahl Thomasson. That would be
Christian
fun.
Eriksen, Peter Schmeichel, Kasper Schmeichel.
The Laudrups.
Yeah, Michael O'Brien. Couple of good serves there from Holger.
Since the first 3 games, the match has been very even, but
Yeah.
going down 2 sets to love would certainly be a huge hit to Holger's chances here, regardless of what Novak is feeling, doing, moving, and well, kinda needs to do something quickly.
She's
Ooh.
a favourite, Swana, and I do think that she comes much more into the fray when it comes to the US Open compared to the French or Wimbledon, just because the level of opposition in Paris, even though it's probably her second best surface, or arguably her best. And then Wimbledon is
Is
just
Goff a favorite to retain her US Open title? She could
no,
be,
she's
right?
not
I mean,
the favourite, but a favourite. You know,
like Świątek is not. Well, I know she's won that event, but like
oh
she's not gonna have
Holger,
that impenetrable status. So it's kind of on Arena and Elena, but like yeah, Elena hasn't been too consistent at the slams. Arena is injured right now. We'll see how that sort of what the
and
status of that will be by the US Open. So I don't know. Maybe Goff will actually be one of the top favorite, one of the 2 top favorites. She could be. Very well could be.
it
It
feels
will be
quite
fun if we
even. It
had.
feels quite even when you throw in, Rabakina, but
Uh-huh.
that's not her slam that she's ever really performed at thus far. Iga's among the favourites, but it's not so reliable there. We've got a break point now for Novak.
Oh yeah, I mean the last 3 points from Rune, and here you could see like from literally like the first shot in the rally that he's not comfortable. He was hitting that forehand cross court. It was so loopy, but I don't think he even hit it clean. And yeah, just in general, from 40-15, he's having a bit of a mare here. Think he made it, but well, it's a pretty crucial challenge, that's for sure.
No, it missed.
Yeah, he
Are we
missed it.
more in sync now, or am I behind you?
You're still ahead, but just by a tiny bit now.
It's a lovely one too. That second serve.
Whew. Yeah, very good second serve indeed.
What's the consternation in the crowd? I heard some mixture of cheers and boos, what felt like after that point, which is weird.
No. Has Holger done anything to upset the crowd already?
Not yet, not that I'm aware of.
Me neither.
Yeah, you need a first serve. Although you didn't need it last time, but Novak almost lost his balance on the return there. Just exchanging forehands right now. Novak thought about coming into the net, but didn't.
Yeah, probably should have.
Cool. That took a risk there, Novak, going a bit deeper. And as a result, Rune errs.
Looks like it's Novak screaming at somebody. His box, I guess.
Maybe it's Gareth Bale. Maybe he's annoyed.
Yeah, I don't see Gareth Bale still. They showed me some
I
coaches
didn't
and
see him
then
then. I didn't see him on that occasion.
yeah, Yelena and a couple and his kids, Stefan and whatever the name of the girl is. This is looking very rough for Holger now. The previous rally, I mean, he just did nothing in it. Literally a neutral point.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah. From 40-15, he just literally sprayed everything he could. Was doing some good work in this set, but looks like it might come to waste. Go to waste.
Just watching the match point now with Collins and Krejcikova. Some slices from Barboda. Wow, Krejcikova in her first Wimbledon quarterfinal.
It might be her first quarterfinal outside of Roland Garros, to be honest. Although I think she might have had one in Australia. I think she might have had one in Australia last year, but besides that, probably not so much. No, actually, she's also made one more. No, she's made two in Australia. What? She made the quarterfinals in Australia this year? I totally forgot about that. Really?
Rune
Right,
Sabalenka.
because she played Sabalenka, and we never thought that this match was gonna be any competitive. But yeah, apparently she also made the quarters at the US Open in 2021. So now she has a career Grand Slam quarterfinal. I have to give her some credit for that.
Posted a thing of her getting some treatment on her shoulder on Instagram.
Have to give Krejcikova some credit for that. Career Grand Slam quarterfinal is no mean feat. Maybe I was a little higher earlier.
Oh, Holger.
Yeah. This is heartening now, not gonna lie. He was making progress this set, but then just threw it out the window in a very short span of time.
Oh, yeah.
He was painting some pretty decent Picasso picture, but then quickly switched to Jackson Pollock. Have we seen Novak touching his stomach since he came back? Probably not, right?
Nope.
I'm a very forgetful person, apparently.
I saw that, yeah. Holger, you've got to win this rally. You've got to win this rally. You do.
Big go for Coco Vandeweghe, really? Nah, I mean,
Yeah, I
guys,
saw that.
it's not a serious question. I think Coco Gauff would also top Coco Vandeweghe in the commentary booth, based on some opinions I've heard about how the older Coco is doing there. Well. Very close to the set lead now. And that hold, or actually the break from 40-15 in the previous game. That's
Yeah.
something that Rune will be looking back at and thinking, what the hell did I do there? I think there was a forehand unforced error, then that drop shot attempt to go to deuce, and then of course a couple of longer rallies where like he had zero control over his shots whenever he was trying to be a bit more aggressive. Unforced error as well on the second break point.
There was the sort of incredible sort of get that Djokovic got the tip of his racket on. We've got a double fault now as well, love 15, which then landed more or less on the line. I think it disrupted Rune as well in that it kind of threw him a bit.
But that was the second point of the
That
game.
was yeah, maybe.
Yeah, after that he still had 40-15, so
Yeah.
that was the second point of the game. Yeah, he missed that. Tried to go for that backhand down the line for no reason after that, but that was 15-0, and he led 40-15, so it wasn't actually that much of a meaningful point. But yeah, this is now really turning into a brutal match for Rune suddenly.
That's way out, yeah.
I mean, he knew that it was out, I think. I doubt he was even watching the challenge, to be honest.
Yeah.
The other thing is that if he loses this game, Djokovic is going to start the third set too.
It's a nice return, Novak. Yeah. And even Novak is going to be okay with that smash.
Well, I mean, he did give Rune a chance to play it, I guess. It was a minor chance. It was
somebody in the live chat said that Novak had asked for a medical timeout earlier, but clearly he didn't.
I think it was that toilet. I mean, he was probably like asking something related to that. Can he quickly jog to the toilet on the changeover or something like that? But yeah, I guess it's the post puke Sinner since Beijing, and now it's the post poop Novak. A post piss. I don't know really. Post puke as well. It might be. He might have puked. I don't know. But yeah, it's not like Novak has done that much really to get that lead, to be honest. He was playing much better earlier when he was serving like a madman. Right now, it's just kind of Holger giving him everything. But yeah, if the third set is similar, this might be the first stinker that Rune has ever played against Djokovic. Serve and volleying, well, trying to at least.
Second serve was too attackable.
He recovered.
Rune did well to hang in there, actually.
Yeah. As long as he can get something like that back of that serve.
Djokovic can't understand the boos either.
Djokovic does what?
Can't understand why the fans are booing.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He's confused as well. I don't know. They didn't like that drop shot.
No. Oh, Holger, that's just horrible. I mean, that was amateurish. I would win that point. I'm telling you.
Why?
Because you just got to hit it cross court at a reasonable amount of pace.
I think
Even
if you saw the replay of that.
Hit it at Novak. Hit it at him.
I don't know. I think that he wasn't actually in that good a position after the drop shot as you might think. It was actually pretty hard to find something there. I think Novak got to that drop shot in time, threw it at him, and there was no angle open. There was nothing.
Oh, well done, Holger Rune. Again, from the moment that second serve came in, he was in trouble on every single point. Novak turning the screw.
Yeah, that's the points you expect from Rune. That's the sort of pace absorption you expect from Rune against Djokovic. But, well, they're coming at 3-5 down. And that's the problem.
That'll test the knee a bit.
The knee, I mean, I don't think Novak is looking that great when he has to move on the defense, but he's clearly fine attacking.
Every second serve is just like suicide at the moment.
Yeah, the first strike is with Djokovic every time it happens. Djokovic has braced himself for this match.
There you go.
And he's looking like he might get a huge lead. Holger will have to do a Taylor against an injured opponent. Start moving him around a little bit more.
Second serve. And I wonder if Holger might go a bit bigger this time on the second serve. Nice. Juice. Again, some sort of weird reaction from the crowd after just a regular point.
They're just drunk. Does Shanta give different personality character when she speaks in Polish and English are the same?
Rune, hot drop, a serve and volley, maybe not the worst idea in the world, but the execution was just...
Yeah, serve and volley gone wrong. I don't know what to tell you, Nurlan. I think she definitely is a bit more interesting, a bit more like, insightful, but that kind of is language barrier. I mean, her English is fine, but it's kind of like, okay, and she throws in every time now and then, and probably just has more to say in Polish on some topics, but I think the personality, the character is pretty much the same. She might be able to
up
crack
there
it
on that second serve. And it also had a really funny bounce, which really messed things up for Novak Juice.
Yeah, how many set points is that
6.
now? Like 6, yeah. And so many of them on second serve too. Pretty much every single Rune point on the outside is second serve now, I think. 95 miles per hour the serve, and also 95 miles per hour the winner.
Holger did well there, because it was a decent return considering how good the first serve was.
Get some applause from Novak as well.
They're booing Rune winners. They're booing failed drop shots from Novak.
That's interesting, Nurlan. What do you mean with Bublik? What's the different personality he shows in Russian? Because, I haven't been able to enjoy interviews with him in Russian. Crowd goes wild as Holger Rune converts that game eventually.
Maybe you're a couple of seconds ahead of me now.
I am a couple of seconds ahead of you now, yeah. I don't know if you did it by, but because when you last asked me, I was still behind. But then I actually started being ahead. I don't know if you did it by design or not, or was it actually just a lag or sorts. But actually, I am like 2-3 seconds now ahead, yeah. It's probably going to keep changing. But yeah, Novak will have to serve it out. If he wins, Holger will start first in the third set. It's a small win, but it is a bit of a win for him.
Yeah.
It's a small win, but it is. And, well, maybe he can break. Who knows? From love 40, he played some great tennis in this game. But Well, still most important, of course, is that previous one when he was 40-15 up and just started spraying everything he possibly could, or just not feeling confident on the ball in any neutral rally. Well, let's see. Definitely one of the most important games of the match coming up. Has he had any breakpoints, Rune? I don't think so, right?
Maybe not.
There were some closer or like close-ish games in the second set on the Djokovic serve, but I don't think he's had breakpoints.
So 5-4.
And the umpire once again has to do something to like silence the crowd. That's the atmosphere in that match seems very weird.
Let's see if I'm ahead of you now because I think I've changed my where I'm at. I've got a second serve for Novak.
Looks like I'm ahead
Really?
by a tiny bit, yeah.
Drop shot, Holger, not good enough.
Did Djokovic really make it though?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying it was a double bounce or anything. I was thinking about that response from him. Looked like it might go out from my perspective, but I guess I'm gonna get a replay now. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah, it was safely in the line. Yeah, moment wasn't bad, but the drop shot was really high.
Just too good, that serve.
Well,
it's going to land in, but Novak does really well with that overhead. Really well. Now he's gesticulating to the crowd to give him some support.
Which they do oblige.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing today in London. Is it like a special day?
Don't know. What, today's supposed to be a special day in London?
I don't know. I'm thinking, is it like drink at work day or?
Oh, I see. No, that's every day.
I think yesterday was World Chocolate Day.
Oh, okay.
Someone on my Twitter on my Twitter timeline posted about that. There are some random days that no one is really attentive for, but well, the Brits could have some ideas. The introvert day, rain day. Yeah, double faults. Let's see.
That's a good first serve from Novak. But that's a loose forehand from him, and it's 30-all.
Yeah, that's now two great serves this game that he kind of hasn't capitalized on. I mean, one, he won the point eventually, but of course it was that sick return from Holger, which barely landed in. But yeah, this should have been at least let's say a forcing shot or something like that. At least something to keep himself ahead in the rally. I'm not saying a winner maybe, but something to build upon. And suddenly, breakpoint or set point.
Good first serve again. But Rune is in the rally now. What's going to happen here? Fairly neutral at the moment. Backhand to backhand. Novak changing the direction slightly. Still difficult to ascertain who's in the lead at the moment in this rally. Novak there, really close to the line. Couple of funny bounces. Rune picking up the pace for that backhand cross court, and he's garnered a break point.
Yeah, survives. There was a fair
maybe
few.
Rune. Maybe they're going Rune or something. I'm not even joking. Maybe that is it. It's a bit like the there's another player, isn't there?
Yeah,
fast.
I know what you mean. There was this one thing, right? But I can't remember the example now. But yeah, people thought that they were booing, but they were actually doing something. Maybe Rude. No, no one would have been cheering for Casper Ruud.
Oh yeah, rude. Yeah.
Sorry, Casper, I'm joking.
Anyway, break point. But here comes the Novak ace. Out what? No, down the tee. Down the tee. Told you down the tee.
Well, I mean, but is it an ace? No.
No, it's not, but I told you down the tee. Now it gets tricky though. Does he go down the tee again? I think he does.
Don't do the Andrew Castle, Boris Becker, Tim Henman
Oh, well, I've
thing.
already won that one because they got it like 4 times in a row wrong, and I've already got it right
Yeah, I
once.
think it was 3 in a row. Federer, Berdick, 2017.
There you go, down the tee.
Yeah, I mean, not
Huge.
much to be done there. Not really.
No, there's not much he could have done there.
Maybe if you guessed right.
I have seen those memes, Ghosty. Very funny, yeah.
Rude memes of people hiding their babies over girls.
Holding
I
them
haven't,
on.
but they seem
Yeah, it's
fun.
funny. Yeah. It's a baby that's very has an aversion to grass.
Okay. Second serve here. 6 set points, I think that Holger has saved already. It would be crazy if he got back into the set. But the previous point, really, no chance to do much when Novak is serving like that.
Good second serve there from Novak. And good depth there as well from Novak. Just in charge of the point there, really, which consider it was a second serve. Did really well, and he's got a 7th set point.
No, after the return, he wasn't in charge of the point, but he got that nice counter cross.
Chalk again, I think, flew up.
Attacked it, but well. 7th set point, this time on the Djokovic serve. It will have to get a lot more ridiculous if Holger wants to win the set from here, even.
Copy down the tee again. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Holger, you had a chance, and you didn't take it.
Well. Rune definitely woke up at 3-5. But again, it's like a pretty short. Well, in the first set, I guess it wasn't that short. But it's like a 2-3 game patch that kind of makes Rune lose the set. And he can't break Novak, still hasn't broken him. There's one break point, of course, in this very game, but nothing to do there on that one. Just the return was not good enough to even make Novak, have a slight chance of missing. So yeah, you have to be cleaner on serve in general. But so far, it's not looking too good for Rune. Novak's still kind of in his 80% version, but serving very well in the indoor conditions and getting through on that mostly. It's hard to describe a meme joke. You'll have to look it up. Yeah, maybe I will later. But sounds good. Describing memes is awful. I agree. Deepest, darkest Poland already. Kind of deepest, darkest Germany as well.
Yeah.
We've definitely gotten a lot darker since the stream began. Maybe this is my cue to turn on some light. Oh, the light from my mouse. You can also see it, but that's not good enough to lighten up the entire room. Or rather, brighten up. I definitely don't want to light up my room. I would like this much to light up a little bit. And that probably requires at least a set from Holger Rune. But we'll see about that.
Rune, who's gone off the court?
Oh, that's a very young Holger Rune. That was before he even decided to become the most hated tennis player on the planet.
Break points won. 1 from 8 was Novak. And the total points won 35 to 34. So despite all those break point opportunities.
Breakpoint opportunities don't actually mean that much for total points won, right? I mean, if you win the game, you still only won it by 2 points, even if you had 100 breakpoints. So,
but it does suggest you're pushing the other person on their serve, and you would imagine that from time to time you'd hold serve to love or 15.
well, it depends because like 6 of them were in the same game, right? I think a stat that is usually a lot more telling is like in how many games did you create a breakpoint, and in how many games did you take it. That's a stat that we never really see in coverage, and I wouldn't want breakpoints won to be something that disappears from the stats work. No, I
No, I
definitely
like
wouldn't.
it. I like it.
But I think both should be included. Both,
Yeah.
especially in a longer match. A much better picture you actually get because it doesn't matter if you had 10 breakpoints and only converted 1 if they were all in one game. But if they were across 5 different games,
then
then
it's like,
that's when
okay, you're
actually you
knocking at
have
the
a
door.
problem.
Yeah.
And if you still took it despite having 10 breakpoints, then who cares?
Serena Williams' favorite line, Judge.
Oh yeah, she's been at this event as well.
Oh, Holger, short ball there, backhand side, nets, love 15.
I don't even want to think about that incident because it makes me a bit angry.
Yeah, it's pretty uncomfortable viewing.
Not her finest moment.
No. Okay, so love 15. Yeah. Oh, another backhand error. It's love 30.
Yeah, just trying to like pick it up off the baseline. Fourth quarterfinal, seeking it, Rune. 2 of them at the French, one here at Wimbledon, none this year so far.
Oh, love 40.
And that's precisely the thing he was trying to not to do this set. Fall behind early.
Yeah. It's going to be a second serve. Ooh, Rune gets a bit lucky there. Oh, and a slice from Djokovic goes long. I think there was a brief net cord in that rally. Didn't disrupt the ball too much, but I think I heard it. Good return from Novak. Rune comes into the net, and he doesn't put away the volley. It was a tricky one. I understand the approach, but it didn't pay off. And Djokovic is now up 2 sets to love and 1 love with a break. And Rune has yet to break the Novak serve all match. And I'm going to say he's had 1 break point in the whole match, I think.
Yeah, the last game of the second set.
Oh, lovely from Novak sending Rune or going back behind Rune there. 15 love. serve.
Yeah. So far, the Djokovic serve is just demanding constant excellence on his from Rune, and well, that has not been the case.
Oh, Holger.
That forehand from Rune is becoming a real issue too. Like he barely gets anything on it. He needs to like really come over the shot to really get anything on it. Like he's fine when he's just unleashing, but he's not really fine to dictate with it, which is actually very much why he's so good on clay, right? I mean that's where he actually has time to get into that. But here it's so uncomfortable time and time again. It's not looking great for the Dane here. Really might be one of the first match in their rivalry that turns out to be a bit of a dud. Unless we want to count the US Open 2021 as a bit of a dud, but I think
I think that was
despite the
intriguing
cramping,
because of
yeah, I
where
think
Rune was at in his career, and he wins the first set or the second. I can't remember now.
second, but I think despite the cramping in the third and fourth, because the match was done after the second set. Rune was just cramping in the last two
Yeah.
sets. But I think still the one set that he did take, it still made it an interesting watch. And the rest of the matches were obviously great, be it Paris or ATP finals that Djokovic won last year, and also the Rune wins. So I think it is the first stinker in the Djokovic-Rune rivalry. It's a shame it comes at Grand Slam level. It's a shame it comes in the
Oh, I think he's
biggest
going to
stage.
successfully challenge that.
Yeah, I thought this was very weirdly called a double fault, like so confidently, let's say, because just felt didn't feel long.
Oh, and of course he gets the first serve back.
Yeah. And goes for
Good
it on the
second
second
serve.
too.
Yeah.
At 40
But
love,
Rune picks
that's
up the pace.
40 love. That's not a horrible idea. Would be a shame if their first stinker was at Grants at the Slam as well, because well, we had a big match between them and ATP 1000 final, but Slams is also kind of something different, and you might go for 3.5 hours, if a match is good, for 4 hours if a match is good. But yeah, this one looks like it might be more about 2 hours if it keeps going like that.
Double fault.
This one I would say was a
Yeah,
double
me
fault.
too. Yeah.
Rune trying to slam that return, but of course we didn't get to see that. Still haven't seen that Gareth Bale guy.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Maybe he bailed.
Maybe he did. Rune did well to get to that one.
Ooh.
But he should get punished here.
Yeah. What
And he
was
does.
that?
Yeah.
Did he just like kind of sprint into the ball? I don't know. Anyway, hold for Djokovic in the end. So that small wobble from 40 love will not be affecting him so far.
Oh, Holger.
Yeah, this time he's like, no, I'm not hitting the forehand again. I don't care. I'm not hitting the forehand. I'm just gonna drop shot instead.
Not sure if that took a double bounce or not. Not that it matters. Good serve into the body there. I don't think Alex Ayala's breakthrough tournament's happening anytime soon. Ooh, now it's Novak to do a Rune. Not punishing a short ball like that.
Thankfully for Novak, he's the guy up a break who can afford it.
Yeah. 2 sets up and 2 love. Yeah, no big deal.
So what was that about Miss Ala? Was it in the chat? When do I think? Yeah, probably never. I mean, I don't know if never, but like, do you really think that with her game she can have a huge breakout event like this? I don't think so. I think she's hit a wall, and I don't know if there's much hope that she can break out of that anytime soon. Maybe in the future. Obviously, she's quite naturally gifted. She was very good at an early age, but she definitely has hit a wall after getting to some, let's say, top 200-ish level. It's kind of tough to see her playing the way that Lulu's son is playing this event too. You know, that's sort of imposing herself on the opponents, and she's more of a Leila Fernandez-ish type, maybe.
Oh, Siegmund's out the mixed doubles, is she? I understood that right. Yeah, Krajcik and Siegmund are out the mixed doubles.
That is probably more about Krejcikova. I know. So mixed doubles.
Krajcik mixed doubles, yeah.
Ah, Krajcik. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
Who I believe is a distant relation of Richard Krajcik, Wimbledon winner.
He's not.
He is. I think he is. I know he's American and Richard is Dutch, but I think he is.
What? Really?
I think so.
Maybe
There's some, like great nephew. I don't know, like great second cousin or something.
Really? I had no idea.
Somebody told me
Richard's son plays tennis, Alec Deckers, but
oh, he's taken his mother's surname.
Yeah.
Okay. Curious.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, he is a distant cousin of Richard Krajcik and Michael Krajcik. Yeah, that's surprising. I had no idea about that actually.
I don't know if Richard Krajcik and Deckers, I can't remember her first name, was still together or not, but I remember that she was very prominent during his Wimbledon run in the box. I think she might have been an actress or something from the Netherlands.
I think she is an actress, yeah. I don't know, I mostly just know their son. But I think they are together, actually, if memory serves right.
Maybe.
Let me check that. Yeah, I think they are.
Okay.
At least it doesn't say anything about her potentially not being with him. She played in a Bond movie as well. It was a cameo. It was like a small part, you know, but it was she was still, I think, kissing Bond, but it was just like a really small part.
Okay.
It wasn't like the main Bond girl of the movie, you know. So it's not like remembered that much. Or no, maybe if she wasn't even kissing him, I don't know. It was definitely like a very small part. Yeah, apparently even her Wikipedia says that she's a Dutch television presenter, writer, and occasional actress. So I guess that Bond part is really kind of the main story of her acting career. even if it's some cameo, whatever, extra.
That Carlos lost at Queens, meaning that he dropped to number 3. And Novak propelled him to number 2. Could well be significant.
Yeah. Then again, Carlos will not be like really too unhappy
Oh,
about.
what are you doing there, Rune?
Oh.
Oh, you tell you what you're doing. You're winning the
Oh.
point. Why is he
Oh.
going cross court?
Oh. Yeah, let's see if it's like this another one of these false like false hope that Novak builds
Yeah.
up for Holger in this match quite a lot. Where like you think, oh yeah, from 30 love suddenly it gets to 30 all, and suddenly it might get tricky, but then the next big serve comes. But yeah, that totally should have been a 40-15, but still a cool point. Probably the best point of the match so far. Maybe along with the backhand down the line that Djokovic hit, given the circumstances, 2 points away from the set last time.
Now that's how you do a serve volley.
No. Yeah, I was just going to say Novak showing Holger how it's done. Remember, Holger, when like 5 games ago you ran into the net and you hit an absolutely awful volley? This is how you do it. Of course, that one was backhand. That was more of the body. This one was forehand on the stretch, but still. Similar serve, similar idea, similar way of approaching the point. And the big serve comes, and there's a smash. There's no smash that's easy for Djokovic today, right? I mean, he's making all of them, but he still every single time is giving Holger a play. I don't know if he's lost a point after a smash though. So
No, I don't think he has.
I think he has won all of them still. He's always giving Holger like this tiny chance, and I guess that entire match is about that. Just giving Holger that false hope, and then smacking him right when it hurts the most. I don't know about that. That seemed in.
Yeah.
I think Rune was pretty confused as well, but actually it's
Oh,
out.
no doubt. Alcaraz will need to reach
Rune
the
was
finals in the
also
top
thinking
3.
it might be in.
I guess so, yeah. If Alcaraz loses semi-final, he'll lose a lot of points. So Medvedev could be up to number 3.
Medvedev could be up to number 3. Wow.
I guess so, if that's what Swarner is saying. Oh, another little clip of the net.
At least number 3, number 4. That's actually an example of a scenario when it really doesn't make a difference unless there's an injury in the top 3. Yeah, I mean Medvedev is pretty close, and actually right now in their live rankings, it's Zverev who is number 3.
Okay, Zverev. Yeah, he's right. Zverev. Sorry, not Medvedev. I'm getting confused. Yeah.
No, but no, Medvedev can be number 2 even if he wins the title, and Novak doesn't make the semi. Yeah.
If who wins the title?
If Medvedev wins the title and Novak doesn't make the semi, Medvedev would be number 2. So yeah, opportunities are endless.
Medvedev winning the title though is a bit of a.
Well, if he wins tomorrow, then it's still probably unlikely.
Yeah.
But
then it becomes a possibility. Yeah.
He would have to beat Sinner and Alcaraz back to back, likely.
Are they playing tomorrow or Wednesday? Tomorrow, is it?
Tomorrow, yes. Tomorrow it's Alcaraz, Paul, and Sinner Medvedev, and of course on the women's we've got Sun Vekic and Paulina Navarro. Yeah, still just 3 holds away. Novak though still hasn't been broken. Only 1 breakpoint faced, so Rune has to get something going very, very quickly. Some shots of London, which actually looks more like New York from that perspective. I don't know why.
Very misty as well.
Maybe it's because of the mist. I'm not saying there's a lot of mist in New York, but the buildings kind of look the same when there's so much mist around.
Yeah, I didn't go this year, and it was I wasn't sure whether to go or not, but I'm pretty glad I didn't actually. I'd have been doing the queue if I was going to go.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that whatsoever, to be honest. It's a very antiquated system. I can see the appeal in a
I
way.
see both sides to the argument. I haven't actually come to a conclusion. I see both sides.
I kinda can see the conclusion, which is, I mean, it's ridiculous that one of the biggest sporting events in the
But
world
of course, they're
does
playing on
something like that.
this. They're playing on this sort of ambience and camaraderie that's built through the queue.
Yeah,
I think
and
some people like. So a lot of people like it. That's the point.
yeah, it's just kind of really stuck in the old days, and I don't know. I know there's a lot of confusion as well. I think even Scott posted something about this week that like someone on the grounds literally came up to him and asked where can he buy the ticket, and like trying to explain to him how it works was just a nightmare. And I get that. Like it's simply a system that's unheard of anywhere else. And if you just want to see Wimbledon, it is very likely to also like turn you off from it.
Yeah,
Uh,
possibly. Yeah,
if I was going to buy a ticket to a slam as like a spectator, I would go something where I can actually buy the ticket,
yeah,
and not have to wait
yeah. You're
for
not
it
going
like
to
5
travel.
hours
Yeah,
in the queue. Yeah. So I would probably go for RG. Being in Poland, there are two European slams. I would choose Roland Garros because I can buy the ground pass online and go. I
yeah,
definitely wouldn't buy center court tickets or court number one tickets for any slam. They're ridiculously overpriced.
yeah.
But just buy like a week one ground pass, and that's it really. But yeah, the queue would actually kind of turn me off potentially visiting Wimbledon. I think just in general the system. Of course, I wouldn't mind visiting Wimbledon as a accredited. That's fine, but then that's a very different story altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rune needs to get something going quickly, and there is a second serve for him to look at. Djokovic also ruining his rhythm with that challenge. Let's see if that amounts to something. Ugh. 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 That was the live reaction of Holger's mom while she's watching this shot. She probably also said something in Danish, but I couldn't replicate that. Copenhagen. Or yeah, right? That was the famous drama when, but that was Casper was
Yeah,
supposed
with
to.
Casper Ruud. Yeah, and
Yeah,
apparently
but
they
I
lost.
think it was Casper who was supposed to have said it
Said
to
it. Yeah,
Holger
it's
in the
Holger.
locker room. So I guess yeah is more Norwegian than. But that's so hilarious. I mean,
Yeah,
and especially since Casper was supposed to have done it. Like if it
and
was like a
Kyrgios.
total bully, then
Yeah, like
sure. But
Kyrgios. Oh, yeah.
yeah, like Kyrgios, sure, Kyrgios could be screaming whatever at you, but Casper.
Wow, what a
Oh,
rally.
oh, oh.
I think he's okay.
He seems okay. There's some Indian guy in the crowd just laughing his ass
I
off. I
saw
mean, I don't know.
that.
Was it really that funny? Yeah, if anything, it was the left knee that kind of gave up on him
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
but not in an injury type of way, but just was losing his balance for three shots straight, and eventually went down on the ground. Again, that's like kind of exactly the type of rally that Rune wanted to be playing here, but he just hasn't been good enough on serve, and well, hasn't been able to break back in any of these sets.
just too good that serve.
Yeah, no way of really returning that. Around the net was pretty much what Rune had to go for it. that rarely clicks. Gustavo Kuerten in the crowd, sort of.
Look-alike, a young version.
Yeah, I like a Mats Wilander as well. Like that, he could pass for both. Definitely not the new Mats Wilander. Whoa!
He's fallen again, but he's in the rally. But can Rune, and he does. Rune does punish him. Juice.
Even
It's
on the
another
previous
slip.
points, which where he hit that great serve out wide, I think he also kind of hobbled.
He nearly
after.
fell. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 3 points in a row now where he's either on the ground or barely staying up. Not really sure what to make of that.
Just slips, I think. It's obviously
but
the roof is closed, humid.
it's again, I know, but 3 points in a row. Well, let's see. I mean, if the serves are as good as they were when he almost nearly fell, then it probably won't matter.
That must have been a faint clip.
Yeah.
The match.
Djokovic was very disappointed there.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I definitely would not have called that live. But of course, we have a machine for that at Wimbledon. So AI is doing a lot of things at Wimbledon, including writing some stuff for the Wimbledon website.
Oh, really?
And some, it's ridiculous. It's unreadable. It's like IBM, I think, that does it. It's like talking like keys to the match after it or something like that, and it's really unreadable.
Got it.
It's not. It's just not good enough yet.
Oh, Holger Rune. Listen, the angle that Novak created there, I thought was going to be good enough to win the point. But Rune got some. Not only did he get his racket on, it got a lot of purchase on that, and yeah, nothing really Novak could do.
Second break point of the match for Rune. Second time he gets a bit of a lifeline, and well, I'm not gonna start talking about Jeremy Clarkson again, but you gotta take it if you wanna have any shot here. Last time, of course, Novak just played a serve that was way too good, and it's actually similar.
It's the same again, yeah.
Yeah.
Serve volley.
There's just nothing that Rune can do.
No.
I remember that Korda Pecci Pericard match I was doing, and it was 0 out of 11 for Korda on breakpoints, but I just never felt like there was any shot on either of these points. So it's possible to like have even more breakpoints and not choke them away. Rune definitely hasn't choked his breakpoints away. Djokovic has just been serving too good on them. That's 2 already. 1 in the 4-5 game in the previous set. 1 now at 2-3 from Rune's perspective.
And another first serve down the tee. Chalk flew up there.
Yeah, given
challenge.
that
The only hope is that it obviously caught the chalk from.
That Hawkeye is wrong.
Service line.
That Hawkeye is wrong.
Yeah. No, it got the
Yeah, but I mean from where, which service line? That like the one on the
right hand side.
Yeah, it was impossible with that serve. But I get the challenge. I would have challenged too, actually. Wishful thinking. I think the only hope for Rune there on that challenge was that the Hawkeye was wrong, or it was within that limit where Hawkeye could be wrong. Otherwise, yeah, I was.
Imagine Djokovic's reaction.
We would have a long discussion then with the umpire. The chalk flew up, but I have to go with the system, Novak.
Novak holds.
Well, 4-2 Novak, yeah. Another breakpoint. Well, just the second breakpoint of the match saved, but again, nothing that Rune could do on, really.
(4-2) it is.
Zverev is actually still second in the ATP race as well. Well, it might change after Wimbledon, but
Yeah, because I think Djokovic is probably not in the top 8 at the moment, right?
I think maybe with this quarter he could be. I don't know.
Maybe,
I'll
yeah.
check. But yeah, he's not that high. Definitely not. Well, yeah, not yet. Not even with the quarter. With the quarter, he will be 11th. So, ooh. Now it's Rune's turn to kind of give
What are you
Djokovic.
doing there? Holger, Rune, you probably took the wrong choice about 3 times in that rally.
Yeah, even on the last ball, he had no last ball drops. Haha, he had no
Yeah.
idea what to do whatsoever. Yeah, kind of stumbled into it. Yeah, weird. Yeah, even with the quarterfinal here, Djokovic will be 11th in the race actually. So if Djokovic would lose in the quarters, would there ever be a position when we would start thinking, is Djokovic gonna make the ATP finals? I never thought of that. Like, but
I
I
saw it a
guess.
few weeks ago, and of course, with him potentially missing Wimbledon, then that, that would throw things in there. But once he
Could have been a
decides to
thing,
play,
I guess. Yeah, but now it doesn't seem like it.
no. And we've got love 30 on the Holger Rune serve.
There's like a large gap between number 5 and the rest, but then the rest is pretty close. So yeah, lots of time for Novak to make it back up, and well, he's very close to securing that win over Rune. Especially if he takes this game.
That's a better serve volley. 15-30. Oh, 15-40.
Okay. I mean, I think it's
I
super
thought it
close.
was out, but
I thought it was out as well, but it is out.
it
Yeah.
is out. Oof, just though.
I mean, Holger almost did something unthinkable there again, just letting it go, and then suddenly, I don't think at the end he was like. In the end, I don't think he was sure that it was out.
No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, but still one more break point, and it does feel like we're kind of getting excited over a point that maybe really doesn't mean much, but who knows? You never know in a tennis match.
Double fault. Way out.
Yeah, for a while I thought it was gonna be Taylor Fritz who was gonna have the most disappointing performance of the day, but it looks like it's actually Holger Rune.
Yeah, definitely not Taylor Fritz.
Yeah, Taylor took himself out of that conversation at some point, that's for sure. Fils for a while maybe could have been included as well, but in the end he's not. And Vansh also sent us some tweet about a great stat for Taylor Fritz. Did you see that? Or
No.
of course it was a tweet that he put out.
Oh yeah. No, I saw, And by the way, he's deleted his comment before.
Okay.
He wrote, "This is a great tweet" or something, and now
It's not a bad stat. I have to admit. It's basically about Fritz's top 10 record improving so much over the years that he's 50% since some like Indian Wells 2021 or something like that, and
but
before
that's
that he was
normal.
30% or
Normal.
something.
That's normal. You're gonna start off. I'm sure Rune's will get better.
I mean, Taylor did have like a bit of a late breakthrough, though, right?
Anyway, funny how he's deleted the comment that he said where because his comment, I saw his comment. This is a great stat, he said,
I didn't see that comment. No.
and it's him who's producing the stat.
Later, he said this is a great
Holger.
stat for Fritz, so he didn't add that important part. But yeah, anyway, it's time to stop shading Vansh. Time to go into Djokovic. Rune, just 3 points away from the match now, Novak.
Do hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Worst challenge of the tournament. Yeah, I think it was pretty desperate, Snail.
No. That's not the worst challenge in the tournament. Today, Ostapenko and
The
Putintseva had a
Ostapenko,
contest.
yeah. There's
They
two.
had a contest. Putintseva made this horrible challenge, and Yelena topped her.
Yeah.
Just like a game later, she was even better. She made an even worse one. They were both ridiculous. Of course, the Rune one was just wishful thinking, but Ostapenko and Putintseva, they actually took that whole category apart today. They ripped everyone else to shreds.
So 2 points from victory now, Novak Djokovic, and a quarterfinal match with Alex de Minaur. And that 1% chance of Novak's chances of progressing. When Hurkacz got injured last week, I remember saying, I think he's just gone up 1 more percent, Novak. We'll put that to the test tomorrow, or sorry, in 2 days.
Well, I mean, we've had a match like this, I think, already, where we were looking at Djokovic de Minaur as potentially something where like we could test the movement of Novak and like how he is physically, and then it wasn't a match. I don't remember the example now, but
That match will be Wednesday, I guess.
yeah.
Yes, Wednesday, yeah. And that is it. A volley
Yeah.
situation of the net. And Novak Djokovic wins 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. Really, those first 3 games where I think Novak maybe lost 1 point, maybe even less, I'm not sure. That was it.
That was it. As in what? As it, you know what?
I know it
killed
was
the
on
match.
serve. He's got a violin out right now.
Yeah. I think it was mostly the second set, the 3 games all 40-15 choke, maybe not so much, but like, yeah, just a couple of horrible errors from Holger there. And he was doing some good work at the beginning of that second set, but after that, just all fell apart for him. The forehand was so wobbly again. I think, the technical flows on that shot, they do come out a lot more often in conditions like this. And today it just wasn't like it didn't allow him to even properly test that Djokovic movement in defense. But Novak's serving was just far too good. Like Holger needed to be clean on his serve. He was not. And the 2 breakpoints, especially, we have to remember that he had, and Novak just smashed 2 amazing serves. And that's really it. Both breakpoints was great serves from Novak, and especially the second, I guess, didn't need to be that easy, but he also played a very nice volley after that. The first one, he just got a return where, he couldn't miss the next shot. But yeah, the first stinker in the rivalry, and that's mostly on Holger, despite maybe the indoor conditions helping Novak keep it nice and sharp a little bit. But yeah, not a good match, and probably the disappointment of the day, really.
Yeah, because Taylor Fritz gave us some excitement that I didn't expect.
Ooh, I mean, did you not expect it pre-match or during the match?
Pre-match, I thought it would be close. Yeah, I think I might even said 50-50. But with the way it was panning out, I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah. With the way this was panning out, yes. I still think Fritz Zverev was tough to watch. Again, indoor conditions and both guys just winning their service games very easily, and that kind of made it a bit. I don't know. It wasn't that entertaining to me, but the comeback in itself, of course, was a great effort from Taylor. He avoided that disappointment of the day, moniker, and of course, he didn't know that Rune was going to be coming after him. And well, if I said that Putintseva and Ostapenko just destroyed that worst challenge of the event category, then Rune definitely did the same to worst, well, biggest disappointment of the day, I guess, in terms of not being close to Novak at all today.
The first 12 points there, Novak just mentioned it.
More and more tense and stress.
2 hours, 3 minutes.
On my end, I think I've done things the right way in important moments. I think I stayed solid. I faced a couple of break points when I was serving for the set in the second set and third set as well. Things could have looked a bit different if I dropped those service games. But yeah, just very solid performance in the end. I'm very glad to get through in 3 sets. The crowd in particular seemed very into this match, and obviously Holger had a lot of support. You seem to enjoy your interaction with them as well. Well, to all the fans that have respect and that stayed here tonight, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. And to all those people that have chosen to disrespect the player, in this case me, have a good night.
Oh dear.
Good night. Very good night. Yeah. I'm hoping that they were just commenting on Rune and that they weren't disrespecting you. They were. I don't accept it. No. I know they were cheering for Rune, but that's an excuse to also boo. Listen. I've been on the tour for more than 20 years, so trust me, I know all the tricks. I know how it works. It's fine, it's okay. I focus on the respectful people, they have respect, that paid the ticket to come and watch tonight. And love tennis, and appreciate the players and the effort that the players put in here. I played in much more hostile environment, trust me. You guys can't touch me.
You know who's going to be tweeting about this in the next 10 minutes, maybe even next 10 seconds, and just kissing his behind. I know exactly who's going to be tweeting about this.
Scott?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes I never know where Scott's head begins and Novak's Djokovic's behind ends.
Yeah, that's true. He was like watching him live, I think, this week.
Oh,
and some
God,
of the
he was
tweets were
dribbling.
ridiculous. Yeah, to be honest, I kind of lost interest the moment Novak started talking because I really don't listen to any on-court interviews. But
No, I agree. A lot of them can be dull, but that was all right.
no, I mean that was not no, that was not boring. That was definitely something fresh. But just in general, I'm not interested in that. Like my interest in the match ended with the match point. Now I'm definitely in a whole other realm already, and my thoughts are with completely different moments and matches that are upcoming. And yeah, this was a stinker. 6-4-2 now in the rivalry. Djokovic. First time Rune did not push him, and well, all in all, we will not remember this match where there were some minor chances for Rune because, well, they were really minor. And yeah, we will just remember this as a beatdown, which it was.
Yeah, and the good news is for those of you who may be concerned about Novak's condition, he said he's feeling okay in that on-court interview.
I have to say something.
Go on.
Quentin Wallace would have done much better.
Yeah, well, he couldn't do straight sets, and what's that, 3-7-9 games. if I'd have said to you 9 games over or under, or 10 games over or under before the match had started, then you'd have obviously gone for over with Holger.
Yeah, that would have been a ridiculous line, but
yeah, it would have been a ridiculous question. Yeah.
Vitko Priva took 5, I think. Popperin and Fernie obviously took a set, so they took a lot more. But yeah, I think Alice would have done much better. I don't know if win. Who knows? Obviously, his game is somewhat limited as well, much simpler than Rune's, much more predictable. But, well, I do think that he would have kept his serve at least a fair few times more. And then who knows? But of course, Quentin Wallace could not put away Holger Rune, and Rune deserved a lot of credit for that win, but he does not deserve too much credit for his performance today. Life.
Okay, so on that note, do you know what? I'm just going to go through just very quickly. We've got last ball chop drops coming up in 6 minutes, but it's going to be Nick and I. So we're going to probably I bet we'll spend most of our time like thinking about the quarterfinals. I just want you to give me a name. Damien, you're going to have to give me a name. Okay. Djokovic or De Minaur?
Still
Come
Novak.
on. Yeah,
Still
come
Novak.
on.
I mean, as I said, it kind of reminds me of a few previous matches when we were thinking, okay, so this time Novak is pretty vulnerable. If Alex is going to beat him, then maybe this is the time. And this is another one of them. Like, this is kind of where you think, okay, it's grass. Alex is playing, some elite stuff at the moment. But the matchup is horrible. The matchup is absolutely horrible. I know he beat him at the United Cup, but Novak was not well. And yeah, I have to
Listen,
say
one name, Medvedev or Sinner?
I mean, not a question, Sinner.
I know. Carlos or Tommy Paul?
He'll struggle a bit, but Alcaraz.
And what am I missing? Fritz or who's Fritz playing?
Musetti.
Fritz or Musetti?
As the favorite, I gotta go Fritz. It's not super obvious to me, but as the if we're picking one name, I gotta go Fritz.
Krejcikova or Ostapenko?
Let's jump on the Penko train. I mean, she's been so unbeatable so far. Maybe somehow she keeps it going for 7 matches even.
Rybakina or who's she playing? Oh, Svitolina.
Well, she wrecked Wozniacki. It's kind of a similar playstyle, a little more dangerous, a little more aggressive, but yeah, I kind of still have to go with Rybakina.
Paulini, Navarro?
The better player is Navarro. Paulini is peaking right now. Paulini is playing well regardless of the surface, conditions, circumstances, but the better player on grass, I think, is Navarro.
Lulusan or Vekic?
Again, I mean, I don't think it has to be obvious, but just given Lulusan will be playing the biggest match of her life, and all that sort of comes into play, probably gotta go Vekic just as the favorite.
Okay, if you're interested in my predictions, I will make them in the show that we have with Nick coming up. And on that bombshell, I will end this show. And to everybody else, you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.